First off, it's all about the U. Let's look at the second part of a 12-part video series I'm doing of our 2009 opponents. And we're going to talk today, and there's going to be 2 videos done today. The first one's going to be our home opening day opponent, which is the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets on a Thursday night on ESPN at 7:30 Eastern Time. Let's talk a little about Georgia Tech. They've beaten us the last 4 years. They have the triple option now. Everyone thought Georgia Tech, myself included, thought they were going to struggle a year ago. They went 9-4. A lot of people, I said they were going to have a losing record because the triple option, they said it wasn't going to work. You know, would Paul Johnson's offense work in a major BCS conference like the ACC? Well, last year they proved that it can work. Okay, and we found that out the hard way, giving up 472 yards rushing. Now this year they're not going to have that element of surprise, but they still will have 3 big weapons on their offense in Dwyer, White, and Nesbitt. The bread and butter, as you know, is the running game. We know what we're going to have to do against the triple option. We're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to be playing our best football defensively if we're going to win this ball game. Because, you know, the biggest weapon they have is Dwyer, you know, and to show you how heavy a running team Georgia Tech was in 2008. They averaged 273 yards a game rushing. But the funny part, they only threw 5 touchdown passes all last year. They want to do more of that this year. They want to throw the ball more, make people pay, etc. But I still think that, you know, Georgia Tech's MO is the running game. And you know we're going to have to do a good job against that if we have any chance to win. We cannot give up another big running game and expect to win. And what Georgia Tech likes to do is they like to knock you out early. In fact, to emphasize this point, last year in the first quarter, they outscored their opponents 74-37. Okay? We have got to weather the early storm. We have to play better defense. We have to be disciplined, and we cannot turn the ball over, because then that's asking for trouble. Now, defensively, you know, Michael Johnson's gone, so they're going to have to get other people to step up. Now, they have their 10 best players. 5 of them on defense, of their 10, are either sophomores or juniors. Majority of them juniors. But they're not going to be as strong defensively as they were a year ago. Yet their rush defense was pretty damn good, allowing just 120 yards a game. However, where Georgia Tech has a weak link is against the pass. Their opponents threw 20 touchdown passes on that secondary last year. So they can be beaten against the pass. And now with Whipple, we're going to take advantage of those matchups and their inexperience back there, except for Burnett. Other than Burnett, they really have nobody of note. Okay. On the line, though, I think we can have a field day. Yeah, they do have Peters and Anderson in the interior. However, our offensive line with Fox, Franklin, Trump, Figs, and Piffo can do the job, I think, against their D-line, and I think we can have a big field day in this ball game. As you know, these guys have beaten us 4 years. I said that earlier. Until we can beat Georgia Tech, we will not get where we need to be. All right. Now we'll have 10 days to prepare after the FSU game for the triple option. However, I think, in my opinion, when fall practice starts, we need to start preparing for the triple option. Yeah, I know our opening day opponent's Florida State, but at the same time, we need to understand the triple option has got to be one area we address and we find ways to stop it. Now, Georgia Tech this year is, like I said, it's not going to surprise people, but you know one thing they're going to do is they're going to run the ball. They're going to try to pass, but you know the main cog of Georgia Tech's offense is the triple option running game. And to emphasize that, their offense out of 10 rates about a 7.4. Defense a 7.5. But they have a weak link, and that's on special teams. Where they're a mediocre team, so that could be something we exploit there. Now to finish up on Georgia Tech, looking at their schedule, they're tough. They have 3 games in 12 days to start the year. But I think this team could be a pretty decent club. I think they won't be as good as last year. But I still think they can win 8 games. They may even win 9. But I'm looking for Georgia Tech in 2009 to be in the regular season. I'm excluding bowl games here. I'm looking at them to be maybe 8-4, maybe 9-3. I'm going to go with 8-4 for Georgia Tech in 2009. Well, that's it. I'll be back with the next opponent this evening. Take care. Go Canes.